right, so now let's jump into the issues of today. Earlier, as I mentioned, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu approved an invasion of the city of Rafah. This is the remaining Hamas stronghold in southern Gaza, but it also represents the red line that President Biden has put in the sand. So at a time when more and more U.S. officials have abandoned support for Israel, including the president and Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer, who happens to be the highest-ranking Jewish elected official in U.S. history, and someone who previously has always been strong in support of Israel. We want to discuss all this, and joining me to discuss it is Congressman Tim Burchett. He serves on the House Foreign Affairs Committee as well as the Oversight Committee, and he represents the 2nd Congressional District of Tennessee. Congressman Burchett, always great to have you on the program. Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry about the way I'm dressed. I'm home here on the farm, and my dogs are barking. They support Israel like I do. They're mad at Schumer. But the truth is on this thing, and you know, they weren't barking until I got on the air. I apologize to you. The truth of the matter is that Schumer is really just doing Biden's duty, doing his dirty work, because Biden knows he's hurting in Michigan, one of the largest Muslim enclaves, I guess you could say, or Middle Eastern enclaves outside of the Middle East. And Michigan's a battleground state, and he knows. I think he had, I forget how many, 100,000 or something, 100,000 non-committals, I believe, is how they vote up in Michigan. I'm not sure how that works, but he knows he's losing that base that he needed to have for the election. And I think that's got more to do with it than anything else. And that makes it even that much more despicable. It's about political power and control and keeping the liberal Marxist left Democrat, if you will, in power. And Schumer's playing ball with them, and they're going to feed, Israel. They're going to allow Israel, to be attacked on the altar of their political power. So it's multifaceted, but I think that's what's at the base of just pure politics.
Yeah, it looks like you've put your finger right on the real issue. But on the other side of all of this, it appears to me at least that Prime Minister Netanyahu has made it abundantly clear that he is not going to be taking directions or orders from the Democratic Party here in the United States. Your thoughts on that?
Absolutely not. I think he knows where his support is. And honestly, his greatest support group, I believe, in America are the evangelical Christians like myself who believe our Bible and believe what it says about supporting Israel. So I think he knows where his real support lies in this country. And I just hope those people remember we are the evangelical Christians, the 20 million or so that decided to stay home last election cycle and decide to get back to the polls this time, because we are on the verge of losing our own country, much less Israel. But the United States of America is I think, on a collision path with destruction, honestly.
Yeah, it's an excellent point. In fact, I'd like to, if we can, come back to that on the role of evangelical Christians right now. But the legacy media, I wanted to throw this and get your reaction to this, because you brought it up a while ago, your perspective that really what's at play here is all politics, where Schumer and Biden and others are really just trying to shore up their base, their radical left-wing base. But also disturbing in that part of the issue here is the legacy media. I mean, they have been saying that, be it Senator Schumer or President Biden, that they simply have lost patience with Prime Minister Netanyahu. But really, I think you've put your finger on the real issue. This is all politics playing to the left of their base. If we can, I want to play a little clip and again get your reaction to this here. Play clip 4 for me, please.
Senator Schumer contacted my staff, my senior staff. He's going to make that speech, and I'm not going to elaborate on the speech. He made a good speech, and I think he expressed a serious concern shared not only by him but by many Americans.
All right, Israel is in the fight of their life for their very existence. October 7th, as we all know, is the deadliest day in Israeli history since the Holocaust. And Schumer comes out just literally ripping into Netanyahu. Now the president is saying, "Oh yeah, that's a great speech. If we can, Netanyahu needs to resign and be replaced." Was this really a good speech that Senator Schumer gave?
No, I thought it was pitiful. I thought that that Schumer just showed his political cards and his endorsement of I think of the destruction of Israel. It's pathetic. You're exactly right, Jody. They were attacked. They were attacked viciously, and the things that they did were demonic. I mean, to these civilians that I talked to some of our Jewish members of Congress who relayed to me some things that were told to them in certain circles. So I can't imagine us backing out on Israel, except every time a liberal Democrat gets in the White House. You remember they insulted Netanyahu during Obama's reign, and now we're back at it again during obviously what many have termed, and I have too, is Obama's his third presidency. And it's just beyond me that we would turn our back on our friend. It's their war. We need to let them fight it. And as usual, we're funding both sides in this thing. We allowed the Iranians free reign on their oil. We allowed all the sanctions to remove. They're making billions of dollars in profits. Now we've released more money to Iranian system. As you know, citizens, money is fungible. It just flows any which way you want it to, and it is flowing into the hands of our enemies. And this country is literally on both sides, and it's almost like we're switching sides now completely. Yep. And it's just beyond belief.
It really is. And look, Hamas showed the real threat that Israel is facing, and now we need to let Israel take care of business. But we've only got a short time left. You brought up a little while ago about the role of evangelical Christians in all of this. And I think now, as the Democrats are moving away from Israel, now more than ever, Christians must fill the gap. So I think most believers know how important it is to support Israel. But as the rest of the world seems to be abandoning them, just share your thoughts, how important it is for Christians now to support Israel.
Yeah, it is completely, it is our duty. And it is our honor, actually, to do just that, to support them. And we need to continue so with prayer and supporting your legislators, your congressmen or senators, as the case may be, and letting them know how you feel. Because I guarantee you, they get a few evangelicals on the phone mad at them. That's the group they do not want mad at them on election day. And you need to remind them, you don't have to be a jerk about it, but please contact your legislators, because the future of Israel, in fact, probably our country, is at stake with all this. It is that dire right now. And for the United States, the most powerful nation on the face of God's green earth, to back out on our strongest ally in the Middle East, to me, is irrepressible.
Unthinkable.
It's unbelievable.
Congressman Tim Burchett, great to have you as always. Thanks for the wonderful work you do, and thanks for joining us again on Washington Watch.